system you can change. Everyone knows that we inherit our physical DNA, but few people realize that we also inherit what I call emotional DNA. Multiple generations of patterns of decisions, thoughts, feelings, actions, reactions, and mindsets that quietly, unconsciously run our lives. You feel its presence in your body, sense it in your gut, and experience it in your life. And yet one new thought, feeling, belief, or action outside the unconscious patterns of your emotional DNA can change the way your entire life works. It can change your entire family system and how it has been functioning for generations. Your emotional DNA is what you and your ancestors have brought to life through the generations. Your emotional DNA rises out of your emotional blueprint. Your emotional blueprint just is. It isn't good or bad. It's like a treasure map with the events and all the decisions, actions, and inactions taken around them in different areas of your life, like relationships, leadership, careers and money, and the effects they have had on your family line, and the meanings that have resulted in being passed down through successive generations. These meanings define your reality and seem like the truth. Yet your emotional DNA is simply your truth, and you can change it anytime you choose. When you see and understand the patterns in your family system, when the beliefs and behaviors and blocks buried in your ancestral DNA surface like great whales right in front of you, when you listen to your heart and the wisdom of your ancestors and disentangle yourself from the patterns that you and they have woven, you will be amazed and overjoyed to see the possibilities that are waiting for you. Forming and changing emotional DNA. Events cause reactions, which then create thoughts, feelings, and actions. Repeated often enough, these actions become the truth until you choose to do it differently. One new thought, one new feeling, and one new action at a time. So if we look at an emotional blueprint map, for example, to do with money, what you would see is something like, grandfather loses the family business. He tells himself, I'm a failure. That becomes new emotional DNA. He passes that on in all of his cautionary bits to dad. Father struggles with money, and this is an inherited emotional DNA. His sentence is, I'm just not good with money. That then passes to a third generation. Your client. Client says, I'm tired of not being good with money. Something has to change in this family. Although he's got the inherited emotional DNA, he's the change agent. And he begins to say things like, I'm learning to be good with money. He's changing the emotional DNA. As we work with systemic work and constellations, he begins to change his language, his thoughts, and his feelings. And soon we have new emotional DNA when he can say things like, money and I work well together. Money and I are great partners. And right there we've gone from a new emotional DNA that limited and outlived its solution to a new emotional DNA through the change agent, your client. I'm not kidding when I say that the information contained in this book is transformational. Every day I show people how to explore the unique contents of their emotional DNA. The insistence that they're always second best, the belief that they're always the invisible one or the unloved one or the unworthy one. I watch as they do the work and move through an emotional pattern that stunted their growth for decades. And in just a matter of an hour or so, I watch them get it. And this insight begins to rewire their brain. The embodied experience can only be described as transformational. I watch as they